Okay, here we go. Last squat. The action is on, and well, if you want to be in the final, that's the fucking final moment. You have to do it now or go home. So we're gonna start and see what goes on. I'm gonna start telling you who's bowling where. Lanes 1 to 4. Lucas Heichel, Hilmer Fredriksson, Sebastian Persson, William Vianto, Stephanie Laris, Malte Pettersson, Valdemar Müller och Philip Strandgren. Now, lanes 5 to 8. William Classborn, Rasmus Olsson, Charlie Andreasson, Hugo Melin, Noah Strandberg, Tobias Andersson, Elvira Jonsson och Fabian Karlsson. Now 9 to 12. Nicole Brandon, Oscar Medin, Gustav Eriksson, Mil Lindgren, Erik Gurtsson, Manuel Laris, Vilma Wannman, Elias Lind. 13 to 16. Eskil Lind, Emma Lindgren, David Bejerit, Sixten Edfeldt, Bigo Olander, Maja Norell, Victor Backe, Eric Larsson. And finally, on the last 4 lanes, we find Mio, Willem Ulön, Linus Bäckström, Felix Lund, Leo Johansson, Kevin Falström, Liam Tretson, and Vincent Svensson. A lot of talented guys, a lot of talented bowlers. As 2 or 3 I've been working with for a while. So let's see how it goes. Let's see what's the scores and what the results end up being. Hopefully now we have no issues with the machines or the scoring, so we can all be informed and on the right spot. So we have already on lane 3, Stephanie started with front 3. On lanes 5, 6, we have Rasmus Olsson, front 3. We have some doubles on lanes 9 to 12. Front 3 also for Bigo on lane 15. I think Bigo is playing in the local team. Yeah, in Jota, so he's from Helsingborg. He's bowling actually with Victor on lane 16. Victor is also playing for Jota in Helsingborg. And Elvira on lane, I think it's 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry. Elvira is bowling on 7, 8. And we also have front 3 on lane 20 for Liam Tritson and Vincent Svensson. But I'm gonna move back to see if I can open up the screen here. There. So we had a little of a delay on the previous squat. It's a full bowling alley. It's a full squat. One of the machines got quite broken. Quite unlucky, to be honest, because it could have broken down just a minute earlier and it would have still been in the warm-up. So then everybody could have stopped and wait a little bit until it was fixed. But because it happened on frame 2, to be honest, everything was quite delayed. So that's the reason why we are half an hour behind schedule. But this is Sweden. They strike a lot. They are young. They run like hell. They bowl super fast. So it's going to be a little bit like when you catch an airplane and it takes off half an hour late, but the wind is blowing from your back, and then you're going to get there in time. So hopefully we're going to get there pretty much in time by the end of the squad. Everybody's welcome to talk on the YouTube channels and comment. Be kind, ask anything if that's what you feel like, if you have any questions. That's why we're here for. Stephanie on 3 and 4, front 5. She seems to feel quite comfortable at the moment. I'm gonna see. She's taking a shot on lane 4. And she gets another one. Wonderful. Front 6 for Stephanie. Looking good, looking sharp and strong. We still have on lane 19 and 20, Vincent Spenson also, front 5. So we have a couple of bowlers that started with pretty strong. We can see also on lanes, hold on, slipped my eyes. So yes, lane 20, Vincent Spenson from 5. Lane 13 and 14, 16 Edfield, spare 4 in a row. We have Iskil also on 13 and 14. Iskil bowled amazingly good on the morning squad. He was super consistent, super steady. Gonna move around. Well, that was a solid 7 for Stephanie. So the ball was in the pocket still. Front 6, solid 7. That's a very good start for her. Very consistent. And I'm going to give you an update of the standings at the moment. On the under 16 category, the leader is Axton Sandberg with 1347. Number 2, Niels with 1318. Third is Kevin Falstrom, 1290. Then we have Oscar Miren, 1274. Bigo, the local, with 1270. Multi Pettersson, 1265. Carl Adolfsson, 1262. Neo, 1249. Charlie Roisender, 1249. Melvin Roth, 1239. Dante Niklesen, 12.18. Rasmus Nordensson, 12.10. Charlie Claesson, 11.88. Edwin Larsson, 11.83. Love Jävenshot, 11.79. And 16th at the moment is Oliver Jonsson with 11.73. So the cut at the moment and under 16, it would be 27 below par. I'm gonna tell you about the under 21. The leader still Lucas with 14.67. Second is Iskil, 14.16. Simon Jansson, 14.13. Rasmus Olsson, 14.02. On fifth position, we find Melvin Andersson, 13.94. Mans Friberg, 13.70, also from ESJ. Jonathan Johansson, 13.70. Albin, 13.62. Felix Lung, 13.54. Noah Strandberg, 13.23. William Claesborn, 13.22. Hannes Helsten, 13.15. Kevin Anderson, 13.04. Liam Nilsson, 12.98. David Söderlund, 12.77. And 16th spot at the moment is Philip Strandgren with 12.76. I'm expecting these numbers are gonna increase because we're bowling on the last squad. And now I'm gonna let you know about the ladies. The cut for the ladies now, it moved all the way up to 1,092. The leader is Saga Johansson with 13.01. Then we have Nicole Brandin, 12.68. Doris, 12.67. Annelia Andersson, 11.90. Jolene Lund, 11.22. So that means that was 4 girls that advanced in top 4 in the last squad. Sixth, we find Eva Andersson with 11.20. On the 7th position, we have Annabelle Andersson with 11.07. And making it the cut at the moment, Stephanie Laris with 1,092. Now, let's go back and see how the bowlers are doing. On 9 and 10, we have 6 in a row for Oscar Miden. He had strike, miss 6 in a row. We had some striking also on 20 by Vincent Benson, but he just left the washout. A 5 washout, so hopefully he spares it. Otherwise, you know, the count is not the best one. 13 and 14, we find 6-10 Edfeld. Spare. And 7 in a row. Then we have Victor. Victor is doing good. Spare, strike, spare, 5 in a row. Pretty good. Maybe the practice we did yesterday is paying out for him, yeah? That's going to prove I'm not such a bad coach, after all. Oh, yeah, miss the left. Okay. Oh, no. No. Okay, let's take it easy. We jinxed him. We cannot keep the camera on Victor. We're going to take it off. Otherwise, it's going to kick our ass later on. I'm just going to wait for 6-10 to make a shot. Bowling on lane 14. Oh, solid 8. We are jinxing everybody, so I'm gonna have to shut that camera for me. I'm gonna open another window. So yeah, we're gonna jinx someone else, Nikki says. Okay, look at Stephanie. Front 6, spare, double. She's gonna take a shot now on the 10th frame on lane 4. And we are jinxing.
We need to stop jinxing people.
She had 6 spare double, and she gets a split. The ball was slightly deep in the pocket. But you know, when that happens, there's one thing I can do. I'm going to shut down the mic. I'm going to turn myself 360 degrees before I grab the mic again. And hopefully we clean that negative atmosphere. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. All right. We just did all the fancy, crazy things to try to clean the negativity and take away the jinx. Okay, I'm gonna open one camera and I'm gonna see. I'm looking at lane 19 at the moment. Let's see what happens. Okay, just a 10 pin. It showed the 710. It's just a 10 pin. But it's better. It's better. It's better. Okay, let's update a little bit the scoring. Stephanie, 243. That's a very good start on the girls division. Boys, I see 215 for William Wianto, 215 for Baltimore Möller. Let me tell you some more scores. 257 with a spare for Oscar Mirin. Is already on the 12 frame. Yes, 257. 221 for Millie Lindgren. Let me go around. 259 if he gets a strike on the 12 for William Classborn. Yeah, that was a perfect strike. That looks impressive. 259 for William. Nice game. $221 for Elias Lind. $213 for Vincent Svensson. He had a split on the 10th as well. Yeah, that's unlucky. No, it wasn't me this time. I just arrived to the camera when the shot was already done. So they cannot blame it on me this time. Lanes 13 to 16. We have 225 for Iskil, 221 for Victor, 210 for Bigo, and a potential 269 for Sixten. And in the girls category, besides scores are starting to update a little bit. Nicole, she shot 189. It's not a bad game. She had 1 split and 2 single pins gone. But she definitely does strike a lot. That's 2, 4, 7 strikes on this game already for Nicole. Now we're gonna pay attention to see what the 610 does on the 11th frame. He already had the strike on the 10th. One more is gonna give him a 260 plus as many as it take. On the approach, lane 13, takes a walk. Releases. Missed inside. That's going to be a split, but that's the 11th frame, so he's got already 250. That's 249.6, 255. I'm guessing he's going to take two, so that's going to be 257. And that's the last shot of the first game in the whole alley. So that means in a couple of minutes the scores are going to be updated, and I can give you a proper reading on how the standings are after one game on this last squad on this Saturday. PBA Junior, PBA Sweden, Helsingborg, Olympia Bowling Alley. My favorite place in the world. The best bowling alley in the planet and probably in the galaxy. Okay, the scores are showing up already, so I'm gonna let you know a little bit. 243 for Stephanie, as we said. 213 for Vincent. 215 William. 223 Rasmus. 259 William Classborn. 215 for Balder Miller. 216 for Philip Strandgren. 214 Tobias Andersson. 257 Oscar Miren. 208 for Eric. 221 for Millie Lindgren. 225 for Iskill. 221 for Elias Lind. 257 for 16 Edfeldt. 226 for William Hullen. 221 for Victor Backe. 219 for Erik Larsson. And yeah, that's pretty much the people on the top. I'm gonna see if I can get the scores updated. Now the the game by game isn't working for me. So I'm just gonna stick on give you the results that I can see on the screens, like you guys can see on the live streaming on the YouTube channel. But since I can open window to window, I will try to do my best to keep you updated. Now, people that started this game number 2 with some strikes, we can find Erik Björksson with front 4 on lane 10, Fabian Karlsson on 11, front 3, spare double for Lucas Hagel and 1920. Lucas is the leader of the event with 1467 or 1468, something very high. Then we have Erik Larsson with a double on lane 17. Now, if we move to lane 1 and 2, we find the girls' leader after one squad, which was Stephanie. Unfortunately, that second game is not starting as good. 6-2, 9 spare, 6-3, 9 miss. The ball jumped back from the gutter, so they're going to correct the score for her. But she was very fair. She immediately put the hand up like it was not spare. I put it in the gutter. So that's very nice. It's good to be fair because, yeah, especially when it's this new young generation. I mean, we have all been young. We have all had our dreams of winning things and becoming, the winner. And some people say to win anything is valid, but no. We want to be polite. We want to be correct. You don't want to cheat. Okay, let's see a little bit more around. Let's see if we can find the girls' division, let you know who's doing what. We have Maya on lane 14. We find Vilma on lane 13. Just a second. All right. Excuse me, I have been away for a couple of minutes. I have a couple of bowlers on the squad, so I had to go down, talk to them a little bit, try to help them figure out what's going on, and try to find a spot that's going to work a little bit better. But now that I'm back in here, let's see what the scores are. Let's try to see what's the action. We're going to start like we always do on the left lanes. Lanes 1 to 4. 189, 149, 180, 180, 190. Yep, the highest scoring in here, it's William Classborn with 402, 11th and 12th frame to go. So he could go all the way up to 462. And exactly the same score that could be reached by his partner in the lane, Rasmus Olsen, also with 402 and the 10th frame to go. Moving on to the next pairs, 5 to 8. A little bit of low games as well. It's a lot of open frames. I can see there has been a lot of confusion on this game too. It's very, very, very early transition, but the fact that there was a little bit more of a different lines used during the game one by the bowlers, it may have caused a bit of confusion of what they found on game two. Moving to 9, 10, 11, 12, we find Erik Jorksson, 289 for a total score of 497. Unless I'm wrong, he's going to be the leader after 2. Then we have Fabian Karlsson also on the way for a 258 if he doubles on the 10th. Gustav Eriksson also is doing pretty good. He has a chance to shoot 246 if he strikes out. Then lanes 13 to 16. Elias Lind doing okay, working on a 227 for a total score of 48 over. Then if we move to 15-16, we find 610. He was doing good, but he's got an open frame on the 9th. Still, if he strikes out, it's going to be a 457. And then we find William Hullen, a couple of open frames, but everything else in the game is strikes. If he strikes out, it's going to be a 246. And a total of 470. And on the further right corners, the only one having quite a high game, it's Erik Larsson with a chance of 245 if he gets triple on the 10th, and that would move him all the way to 464. So it was a little bit higher scoring pace on game 1. It slowed down just a tiny bit on game 2, but we're gonna have to see what goes on game 3. That was a very unlucky shot for Victor now. He moved, he slowed down the speed as I suggested. It was very good, but he had a solid 8. So it actually, the explanation is the ball was hooking slightly too late for him. We slowed down the speed and now it read slightly too soon because the 8-pin is just a bit early. But it is what it is. At least the shot was good. He has to keep going, and the same for everyone. It's a very long squad. It's many games to go. You just have to keep fighting. Okay, game 2 is almost done. We're gonna have to see what goes on game 3. A couple of minutes, so everything starts updating, and I can let you know. So far, I can tell you 16 F delt 447, Erik Larsson 463, Stephanie 392, Victor 391, David Bejerit 404, 472 for William Hylén, 422 for Mille Lindgren, 448 for Elias Lin, 444 for Eskil, 437 for Fabian Karlsson, 437 for Oscar, 497 for Erik Jokssons, and 459 for William Klasborn, 462 for Rasmus Olsson. And that's pretty much the guys and girls who are on the top. We'll keep searching around. We will see if we can see a little bit more. Yeah, Nicole, she has 372. So she's 20 pins behind Stephanie. Then we have Bilma on 16 with 318. And Emma Lundgren 310. Elvira 249. Maya 350. Okay, game 3 on this third squad of the day. Almost halfway. Okay, let's talk about who's doing good. Lanes 1 and 2, we have Rasmus Olsson, front 3. Felix Lund, front 3. On lane 4, Liam Tretson, double 9 spur. We have a double on Leo Johansson on lane 15. And also a double and a double on lane 20 for Victor Backe and Erik Larsson. Let's see what line is Stephanie bowling now. She's about 8 on the arrows, around 6 on the break point. Looking solid again, looking consistent. Let's see if she gets back the feeling that she had on game 1. Wait. Okay, a quick reminder. On the girls division, top 8 is going to advance to the final tomorrow. The last one at the moment, I mean top 8, it's with 1,092. So that means any girl that wants to make it into the final is going to have to beat that score on this last squat, 1,092. And we have Stephanie, and Stephanie she's actually on the last spot with 1,092, so she can beat her own score to try to get a little bit higher. Then we had, who else was playing here? Give me a second. I think it was Nicole, somewhere around here. Yeah, Nicole Brandin, but she's already on second place, so she shouldn't have any problem with that. And then we have Vilma, we have Elvira, and we have someone else in there. Vilma is on 320, so it's not looking good. Then we have Maya with 350. That could still have a chance for her. Emma Lundgren, 320, a little bit tight. Elvira also, she's going to need to find a way to strike a little bit more. That was strike number 4 on lane 20 for Erik Larsson, Team Pergamon. You know, Team Pergamon, they are always good bowlers. Same thing you could say about Team Clan and the kids living in Nässjö. That was a beautiful strike for Stephanie there. Nearly left the 6-pin, but it came forward. She's lefty, so that's like a 3-pin 4, but 3-pin the 6 as a lefty. She's going to be happy that she found a way to do some pins again. Well, we said Victor had missed a little bit to the right. We can say Malti has missed even a little bit more to the right than Victor did. Okay, let's look around. Lanes 1 and 2. Rasmus Olsson, triple spare strike. On lane 2, Felix Lung. Front 4, 9 spare strike. Tobias Andersson, strike, spare, 4 in a row. Moving on to the next cameras, we find William Vianto, spare, 4 in a row. Manuel Lairis, double, 9 spare, double. Bowling with him. Eric Jonsson, strike, 9 spare, triple. And Eric, I think he's the guy who is on the lead for this squad so far. On the streaming from lanes 9 to 12. We don't have any real high games so far, just some people struggling a little bit and suffering. Then on 13 to 16, we have Leo Johansson with a triple and 2 spares. Elias, spare strike, spare double. Kevin Fallstrom, spare triple spare. And we can see Bilma is doing a little bit better than the previous squad. She seems to be a little bit more aligned. She's bowling deeper than she was doing before. And now back to the last cameras. We still see some striking by David Badgerit on lane 18. 9 spare and 5 in a row. And the same for Eric Larsson on 19 and 20. He's got the front 6. Looking good. Looking very good, actually. He's got the 6th in a row. I'm talking about David Badgerit on lane 17 and 18. He just shot on 18. All right, let's have a quick look around again, see if anyone's doing high. We had some strikes on lanes 1 to 4, if you remember. Let's see how it goes. We have Felix Lung still clean with 4 in a row. Then we have Rasmus with a triple and a double, but 1 single miss. Tobias Andersson, a 4-bagger, but 1 single miss. Then we have Liam with a 4-bagger and a double, but also a single pin missed. Highest score on these 4 lanes seems to be Rasmus Olsson, 589, with a pin carry only all the way to the 6th frame. What I see now, it's game 3. It's almost the end of game 3. Some of the lanes have transitioned faster than others. And what I see, it's some bowlers have a little bit too aggressive speed on the ball. Or maybe balls that are reading a little bit too late. So they go a lot of strike, split, strike, split. When they miss a little bit out, they can leave the washout, even the 2-8-10. But let's have a look again. We move back to the last corner. We're gonna see. Another spare for Stephanie. Well done. The tournament leader, Lucas Heischel, looking better, starting to warm up. And David, that had 6 in a row, he just left quite a big split in there. Now Eric Larsson, lane 19. And he strikes again. Front 8 for Eric. So the highest game so far is Eric on lane 19-20 with the front 8. Then on lane, hold on a second, on lane 1 and 2 we have 258, 259 potential for both players on lane 2. That's Linus Backstrom and Felix Lung. Then we have a potential 279 for Manuel Lariz on 7 and 8. Bowling with Eric Gorkson, that is bowling very good. Eric is also with a triple and a double. The lowest scoring at the moment is lanes 9 to 12. There's some bowlers suffering a little bit in there. The only one that's doing still quite okay is Charlie Andreasson with a double, spare, spare, triple, spare. And then on lane 16, we finally Slint with a clean game with 4 in a row in the middle. And he's already above par with a few frames to go. Now Eric made the 9th, so it's front 9 for Eric in 19 and 20. Okay, I'll be back to 19 and 20 soon. Let me see how they finish on 1 and 2. They were doing some strikes. So, William Classborn, 187 to have 646. The guys on lane 2, 253, 248. The score, 556, 623. So still a little bit low. The highest score on these 4 lanes is going to be for Rasmus Olsson with 670 something. 73 if he strikes. And now we can check. There was some pins also here. Erik Gogsson, potential score of 735. That's one of the highest I can see so far. Ingenting här. Yeah, Elias doing okay also. And we're going to put our attention on lanes 19 and 20 because we have front 9 for Erik Larsson from Team Pergamon. Let's see what can he do on the 10th frame. And on lane 18, we can see Lucas. He's the event leader. A little bit too much overgripped. Yep. A little bit too much time with the ball in the hand. It wasn't a clean release. But let's focus on Eric on lane 19. That looks good. He's going to get it. Yes, he does. Yeah. So front 10 for Eric. 2 more good shots. And you're going to hear a lot of hand clapping in the bowling alley. Let's see. He's already 103 over with 11th and 12th to go. Potential score 763. There he goes. Good shot. Yes, he get it. 11 in a row. Just one more shot, one more strike, and we get the perfect game. Let's see. Anybody want to bet? I'm gonna take my crystal ball and see the future right before it happens. I'll tell you. He's thinking. Oh, he missed to the outside, and yeah, he missed to the outside, 298. That's unlucky. But good game, 761. We have a new leader in the house. 761. We can see also 659 for David Bejerit, 635 for Lucas. If we look around, 697 if he strikes on the last for Elias Lind. Very aggressive shot. Amazingly strong. 249, 697 for Elias Lind. And if he has 97 over on pretty much fresh, when the lane opens up and he gives him more room, he should be able to go even higher. But we will see. What else? Okay, the scores are starting to update. 600, 605, 725 also for Erik Bjorksson. He shot 228, so 725 for him. So the leader is going to be Erik Larsson with 161 over. And second position is going to be Erik Bjorksson with 125 over. Then we have Elias Lind, 97 over. And I shall see. No, I won't see because the scores start to update now. So you're going to have to give me a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to give you a true update again. Be right back. Okay, let's see. Again, I took a little break to go and talk to some of the boys, try to help them find the most comfy area. If we look around, we're gonna start from left to right as we always do. Lane 1 and 2. We find Big Tobacco, strike, spare, spare, triple. Eric Larsson, who just shot 298. Spare, open frame, spare, spare, strike. I guess it's slowing down a little bit the heart rate after being so close to shoot 300. Then we have Noah Strandberg, also doing okay. Tobias Andersson doing okay. Moving to 3 and 4, Linus Bäckström. Front 4, open frame, 3. Then we have Felix, strike, open frame, strike, spare, 4 in a row. Nicole, she's doing quite good. We said before already she has a very nice technique. Just a slight issue on the push away. She's pushing a little bit to the outside, and that's it's not giving her the best swing line, but everything else is so good. So if she fixes that, she's going to be a superstar for sure. Then we find Oscar Miren also doing pretty good, 778 on frame 8. So that's still some pins to count in there. Moving to the next cameras, lanes 5 to 8. We see some strikes happening for Manuel Lariz, spare, 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 triple. We find Sebastian Persson with a triple, spare, double. Bowling with him on the lane, William Vianto. Triple, spare, strike, spare, strike. Eskil also doing okay in there. Strike, spare, spare, strike, spare, 4 in a row. Emma is bowling with them with a double, spare, spare, strike, spare, spare. I'm gonna hold on a second and see how is Eskil doing now. Throwing on lane 7. Wonderful. Just a soft end, but it's looking very good, very consistent. Very strong, consistent shot, but not too aggressive. It's just strong, but always keeping control. Now, moving along, lanes 9 to 12. We find Voldemort Miller with front 5 and a spare. Philip Strandgren, strike, spare, spare. Then we have Bigo, the local bowler, with a couple of open frames, but then a turkey to follow. We have Maya bowling with them, with clean game so far. Moving on to the next pair, the highest score is for William Hullen with 713 on after 3 frames. If we talk about lanes 13 to 16, we find Mille Lindgren with a spare and 4 in a row. We also find Lucas, the tournament leader, with front 4 and a spare on a split. Bowling with him is Hilmer, also front 4. The scores for Lucas and Mille are very, very close. 6 pins between them only. And if we move to the corner lanes, we find Vilma, Elias Lin, Stephanie. She had 3 open frames again, but now a turkey. Then we find Malte Peterson also. And on lanes 19 and 20, David Bergerit, William Klasborn, Sixten Edfeld, doing quite good again. Triple, 9 spare, triple. Bowling on the same pair, William Klasborn, spare, double, split, triple, spare. And bowling with him, we have Rasmus Olsson, spare, strike, spare, 4 in a row. We are definitely in true transition now. I can see the players are moving a little bit deeper. We see some of them already inside 20. Some of them already on 22, 23 in the arrows. So they are chasing the oil, and they are a little bit, we could say, banking on the friction they leave on the previous boards and areas they were bowling. So 3 and 4 games done for Linus Bäckström, 241. That is good. Bowling with him, we've had Felix Lung, who's got 6 in a row, looking for a strike on the 11th frame. If he strikes out, it's going to go all the way up to 871. Bowling with them on lane 4, they had Oscar Miren, missed a single pin on the 10th, but still 210, 53 over for him. Then Erik Larsson, another open frame on 8th frame in lanes 1 and 2. He's a lot deeper than he was on 19 and 20. He changed the ball as well as now I see. He was using a more pearl ball than he was using on the previous pair, and it's definitely deeper. Still 99 over par for Erik, so if he strikes out, still gonna be 159 over par. And a very good finish on lane 4 for Lung Felix. 248, 871 total score. Seven and 8, we find Sebastian Persson with a couple of open frames, couple of triples. Eskil looking for a double on the 10th frame. He's gonna shoot on lane 7. Eskil is already around 23 on the arrows. That looked very good, I must say. So he's got the double. He's looking for another one. For if he strikes out, it's going to be 888. So it was a 10 pin for Eskil, which means he's gonna stay on 238 and a total score of 877, which is pretty good. On the left side of him, we find Erik Georgsson, who's got 3 splits on this game. He needs a turkey to make 170 and stay with 75 over par. So we had a couple of the top scorer bowlers going down, since Erik Georgsson is going to shoot 170 if he gets a triple. And on the other hand, the same thing for Erik, unless he still can make 198 if he triples on the 10. All right, that was a good game for Victor, recovering from the previous one. He's going to shoot 246. At least it's going to be again above par. And now you just have to have a couple of good games. So let's see if I can give you a quick score update before they changed lanes. 861 for William Classborn, 921 for Rasmus Olsson, 847 for David Bejerit, 817 for Sixten Edfeldt, 793 for Stephanie Laris, 740 for Malte Pettersson, 918 for Elias Lind, 652 for Bilma. Let's see who else is done. 885 for Erik Georgsson, 728 Sebastian Persson, 801 William Vianto, 877 Eskil Lind, 675 Emma, 752 for Liam Tritson, 750 8:50 for Vincent Benson. And 8:34 for Manuel Ariz. 8:25 for Victor Backe. 7:42 Noah Strandberg. 7:97 Linus Bäckström. 8:71 Felix Lyng. 8:53 Oscar Midden. 7:45 for Nicole Brandin. And 8:44 for Tobias Andersson. And Erik Larsson is managing to strike out to save the game. 198. Solid 10, so 197. Total score 958. Let's go back to the lanes that were not done. We have quite a few strikes in here as well for on lanes 15 and 16. We find the tournament leader, Lucas. He's got front four, then he spared the split, and then he said, you know, since I spared the split, I can miss a single pin. I'm gonna strike out after that. I'm just joking. He's a very funny guy, very kind, very kind. Yeah, Lucas is wonderful. So, if he strikes out, he's gonna go all the way up to 256. And a total score of 891. Also bowling with him on the lanes, we can see Gustav Eriksson, who's going to shoot 245, total score of 23 over. That was one more for Lucas. And bowling with Lucas, we have Hilmer Fredriksson is doing pretty good as well. Front four, 9 spare, triple. Looking to strike out for a 268. And a total of 29 over. Okay, next life I need to reincarnate as an octopus. So I have 2 arms is not enough, 2 hands is not enough. Sometimes I need like 4 or 5 eyes and 6 or 7 arms because I'm trying to do too many things at the time. Now, back to where we were. 893 on the total for Mille Lindgren, 823 for Gustav Eriksson, 829 for Hilmer Fredriksson, and 843 for Fabian Carlsson. So now everyone's done. They're gonna start game 5. That means it's 2 games to go. On 9 to 12, we didn't see Baltimore Müller, 840, Philip Strongrid, 852. And that's pretty much it. Yes. They're gonna start game 5. That's meaning it's only 2 games to go. And the cut, it's looking a little bit higher. Let me go back to you for a second. Girls division, the cut was at 1,092. On under 16, the cut was 1173. And under 21 division, the cat was sitting at 76 over. So that's how it is at the moment. 2 games to go. A lot of action remaining. We have to keep our eyes wide open. Okay, we have 2 games to go. I can see there are some people watching, but everybody is very shy to talk today. So everybody that talks on the chat, I'm gonna give away one of my bowling shirts. So anyone that talks on the chat, I'm gonna write down a number here in a paper from 1 to 100. And the first one to find the right number, I'm gonna tell him you were the winner. Send me an address and I'll send you a bowling shirt. We have to stay active. Saturday nights are right for fighting. That's what Elton John was singing. And Saturday is a party night, yeah. But party tonight. We still have a lot to do. Olympia Bowling Alley, Helsingborg, Sweden, Sverige. It's time to bowl. Okay, that is a very good question. How do I compare the Swedish young talent with my domestic bowlers? Well, actually, I was talking to one of the Team Sweden young coaches that was here with one of the families, and I said, I really envy you guys, because if I take all the young bowlers we have in Spain all together, I think if I put every single one that's under 21, maybe we have 40, 50 bowlers total. So it's a very different world, you know. In Spain, pretty much everything is about football, then it's basketball, and then comes the bikers. So we hardly have winter, and people doesn't really want to do things under the roof. But I think it would be more fair if we compare the Swedish youth with perhaps United States. Finland, Norway. The easiest thing to say for me is that there was a short period when I felt Sweden was a little bit losing the weight, but now it's definitely, they came back stronger than ever. Every single team in every single age, they are powerful, they are talented, they are properly trained. You have a lot of people with a lot of knowledge and talent in working in the federation, in the bowling schools, like Robert Andersson taking care of the national team. You have Pontus Andersson taking care of the school in Nässjö. And there are so many good bowlers and coaches up here in Sweden. And then on the top of it, I come 3 or 4 times a year, so I also can contribute a little bit into Sweden, right? I'm helping some of the youth. I was helping some of the youth in Dalarna area, in Mora, Rättvik, Malung. Now I do what I can when I come up here in Helsingborg, but it's always wonderful to be here. I mean, it's a coach paradise. It's people to work with any day, any time, and especially a lot of talent, a lot of kids that love to bowl, and they can bowl one hand, 2 hands, right hand, left hand. It's mesmerizing. I really love it to be up here. And for me, in a way, it fills my heart, because everything I learned when I was a young kid, I learned up here in Sweden. So the fact that I can somehow pay back all that love and all that care that people like Thomas Leandersson, Patrick Backe, Patrick Bowman, Mats Carlsson, Ulf Hamnes, Patrick Johansson, all the love and all the care they took on me when I was like 14, 15, 16, and they were 25 to 30. They treated me like one of them. And that is what I try to do now. Now when I see any kid in here, doesn't matter if they are 13, 20, 25, if I can help them and I can share some of my experience and my knowledge, and yeah, it's wonderful. Yes, I'm super happy that I spoke about it. I think it was, I'm not sure it was at the beginning of this squad, or it was by the end of the previous squad. The fact that there is no purple hammer around, I mean, I had been joking about it, like, what's going to happen when they finally ban that bowl? Is the whole new generation quit bowling all of a sudden? But now that what I see, what's actually going to happen, because there's no carry down, they're going to start to understand how to deal with transition much quicker. And I believe we can expect the scores to go even higher if we keep the same type of patterns that we have been bowling lately. Perhaps that could be the answer for bowling to just go a step forward. I would actually go for a little bit tougher patterns worldwide. So because the equipment we have today, it pretty much does everything for you. If you remember the way we bowled, even there was already some reactive bowls in early 90s, but you use any of those reactive bowls today, it's going to feel like a spare bowl. But if we go to the era of the black hammer, blue hammer, the Cobra, the U2 Columbia, everything was urethane. If you wanted to change the ball motion, you had to do it on your own. You had to learn to spin more the ball, to change the speed. All these kind of skills, they're not that necessary anymore, because you can do much more things with the balls. So the fact that now they stop using the purple hammer and they start using a little bit more of resin, I believe it's going to make the transitions quicker, and it's going to force both the bowlers and the people who designs the patterns to think a little bit different than they have been doing for the past 5-6 years. Okay, we got 13, we have 63, we have 28. Not yet, not yet. Yes, I agree completely. Now you look at the ball returns and you see a rainbow. It's multicolored. It's not only one color.
Yeah, I'm so happy they did. Oh my god. That was actually cheating.
Now, let's go back and try to see a little bit. Okay, lane 1 and 2, for those of you who are not connected into that camera, we have David Bejerit with front 8. We have also a nice comeback by Eric on lane 3 and 4, front 4, spare and strike. Let me see, tell you some more. On lanes 5 to 8, we have Liam with a clean game and 3-bagger. Nothing else spectacular there. On 9, 10, 11, 12, front 3 for Sebastian Persson and William Vianto, front 4 for Baltimore Müller. Moving all the way to 13 to 16, front 4 for Charlie Andreasson. We have Stephanie bowling also on 15 and 16. 9 miss, 9 spare strike, 9 spare, 9 spare. And moving to the last pair on the right, William Klasburn, triple, clean frames. Rasmus Olsson, triple, 9 spare, triple. Lane 20, Elias Lind, open frame but double spare, 4 in a row. And then we have also on lane 18, Gustav and Mili. They both have one open frame, but every other frame it's a strike. So it's a triple, and the other guy has 4-bagger and a double. Now let's go back to lane 1 and 2, because David got the 9th one. He's got the score on lane 2, which means he's gonna make the 10th frame on lane 1.
I'm writing down the numbers 1 to 100. And then I'm writing down the numbers. So we can keep track of which ones I haven't done. I'm gonna have to mark down. So we know which ones are.
Also in 1 and 2 we have Nicole bowling in there. She's got a double, open frame, strike, single miss, spare and triple. She bowls very good, very nice technique. Okay. So he got a 9 on the 10th frame, so it's going to be a 279 for David. That's going to put him with 120 something over. Eric is doing very good again on 3 and 4. After a spare and a miss, he's got 5 in a row. That means he's going to be remaining on the top for this squad with 1 game to go. We look around a little bit more, see if we have any high scoring anywhere. He's skilled above par already with 3 frames to go. Let's see somewhere else. There's some open frames here and there. I'm guessing a little bit of pressure also, knowing it's the last attempt, it's the last squad. So whatever you have not done, you get forced to do it now. And that is that moment where the bowlers, instead of having their mind in I can and I want to, they start telling themselves I have to. And as soon as you say I have to, you put the pressure on your shoulder, and then it becomes very hard. So you never have to have this language in which you put pressure on yourself. On the other hand, you just want to keep it clean, positive, stay present, you know. So, camera streaming lanes 17 to 20. There's a lot of scoring in here. We have Klasborn William with triple, spare strike, spare triple. Then we have Rasmus with triple, spare 5 in a row. Then we find Gustav, who's also got 2 triples but 3 open frames. And bowling with Gustav, we found Miley with front 4, open frame, double spare. Then on 1920, we still have the crazy power boy, Elias Lind. Looks like he doesn't want to drop the pins. It looks like he wants to destroy them.
Oh God.
He really has a lot of speed, a lot of power. Not easy to control. But look at him. Releases and turns around like, I know it's a strike. And it was. Very good. And 258, 1176. Will it be enough to be the leader or will it be not? We have Rasmus Olsson on 17 and 18. If he strikes out, it's going to go all the way to 1200. And back to the left corner where we had Erik Larsson. That's 44, 78. Yeah, if Erik strikes out, it's also going to be on 1200 with 5 games. Let's go back to the right corner. And we're going to see the first one to take a shot on lane 18. It's going to be William Classburn. Let's see what William does. That was another beautiful strike for William. I've been told we have some comments, so let me see. The one here, the one hidden. What do you think is going to be the lowest score to enter the finals for each category? Okay, that's a very tough question. And the reason why is because the people that's bowling now, every category is mixed. And I have no clue who is under 16, who is under 21. But what I can tell you, for before this squad, under 21, the cut was on 76 over. So number 16 had 76, number 15 had 77, and number 14 had 98. So I'm guessing it should be somewhere around 1280 something. So 80 something over would be my guessing for the under 21. If we look at the under 16, the cut currently was 27 under. That's number 16. Number 15 is 21 under. Number 14 is 17 under. And number 13 is 12 under. So I believe 15 under, 1185 should guarantee a spot for the under 16. And then finally, about the girls, top 8 are going in. 8th place now was Stephanie with 1092. 7th was Annabelle with 1107. And then there was a gap up to 6th place with 1120. Stephanie is bowling now, and she's doing pretty high.
Yeah.
She was, let me see, I think she's here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the highest score on this game, 179 if she strikes one more, but that's going to put her on 970. So that means if she shoots 170, that's already 1140, which would be more than enough to make the final. So for the girls division, probably 1108. That would jump 2 spots into what's the cut now. Should be more than enough. That's more or less what I can tell you. Venus Passagen. Now let's go back, see who's going to be the leader. We have on lane 18. Very, very, very good shot again for Rasmus Olsson. He's working on a 279 with one more. He's going to be the new leader on the squad with 11.99 if he strikes one more. Because Eric on lane 1 and 2, 3 and 4, where is Eric? Here. He's got a big split on the 10th. So he's got the 5-4s. So he ended up with 11.72. So we have 11.72. Then we have 11.76. And the leader of the squad at the moment is going to be Rasmus with 11.99. Yeah, I was going a little bit too too high. 11.99. So that's leader now, nearly 200 over. But as I said before, I really have no idea who has 17 or 16 and still is in one category or the other one. One game to go. We will have to see. Remember, tomorrow we start 9 o'clock. The finals start 9 o'clock Central Europe time. That's 3 a.m. in Miami, Orlando, New York. That's 12 a.m. in Las Vegas. That's 8 in the morning in UK.
Yeah.
And it must be like around 5 p.m. in Singapore. But I'm guessing. I don't remember exactly the...
Check like a time show, but I don't know.
But I'll let you know. Now we are at 5:45 in the evening. So you can check what the time difference is between us and whatever you are. So you have a better idea on what time it's going to happen tomorrow.
We'll wake up.
If you need to stay up all night, we suggest you to go for some caffeine. And if you have to wake up early in the morning, take a warm cup of chamomile with some milk. Fall asleep early.
Sleep for now, and then just come back. You can pull what I did. When I woke up for the True Blood Live, I woke up at 4:30.
Okay, another hard game is going to be by Valdemar Müller, 260 something for 100 over. Then we have a chance for a 260 as well for Sebastian Persson on lane 10. And also a chance for a 260 for William Vianto. Yeah, we need more numbers. We need more numbers. We only had 3. 13, 63, and 28. We need more numbers. And we can do one more thing. Let's see who gets closest to the highest score after this squad. Who's going to be the winner of this squad, and what's the amount of pins? What's the score that the leader of this particular squad is going to end with? I'll be right back. I need to grab a little bit of water. Give me a couple of minutes, and then we will update again the scoring. We have a couple of lanes that are about to end. All right. Let's see. We have some striking happening again. On 19 and 20, we can find Gustav with the front six. Bowling in long Gustav. We have Miley with strike spare triple. Let's start on the left side again. We have Elias Lind. Strike spare 4 in a row. Is very high with 1276 already. And 6 frames to go. And he got another strike. He really is a very powerful bowler.
Yeah.
Very powerful. It's amazing that he can have control on that. But yeah, that was the 5th for him. 13:06. 6 frames to go. 1, 2, 3, 5 frames to go. Sorry. Manuel Lariz, strike spare, 4 in a row. Fighting to find a spot. Manuel, I remember, is bowling on the under 16. I've seen his name before. Then 3 and 4, David Bejerit, double, and then open frame, strike spare, open frame. Eskil bowling there on 4, spare, strike, spare, triple. 610 was doing okay, spare, double, spare, strike. Let me see. Lanes 5 to 8. We find Victor with a triple. Eric is bowling with Victor. Clean game so far. Then we have, who else is a little bit high? We have Felix Lung with 1123, but he's got an open frame. So both Felix and Linus bowling on lane 7. They are quite tight, one with the other. And I move to cameras 9 to 12. A little bit slower in here. Just Lucas had a high score, but he's already in the final, so he doesn't really need to do anything. Moving to lanes 13 to 16. Multi-Peterson with a 999 spare. Then we have Stephanie. She's fighting to make sure she stays in the final. Right beside on 15 and 16, we find Rasmus Olsson. Open frame, triple spare. Bowling with him, we have William Klasborn. Very nice technique. And on the last cameras on the right. Okay, Gustav had the front 7, but now he had to split. He left the 4-6. So, it's hard to follow what goes on because, as I said before, we really have no clue up here in the streaming room who is, well, the boys and girls obviously you can see, but who is under 16 and who is under 21 is not always that obvious. So we will carry on informing on the scores we see and the total scoring at the end, and then probably about 5 to 10 minutes after the squat is done, we should be able to get the full standings and know who is in the final, who missed the final, and on and on. So lane 1 and 2, we have one of the squad leaders. We have Elias Lind over there, looking to score with a strikeout a game of 280. That would give him a final score of 1456. No, 14. Hold on a second. 20, 50, 80, that's 90 pins. Yeah, 1456. I said it right?
I got my friend just going to, yeah.
I have to think. It's too many hours here talking on my own, so I don't. It's hard to count the numbers. So 1 to 4, we have a good game also for Eskil. But Eskil is already qualified from the previous squad. It was the squad leader. A little bit too much speed on lane 2 for Elias. It showed the 7-10, the messenger took away the 10, but the 7 remained there. Still a very high game for him again. 259 if he spares and strikes. And a potential score of 1435, which is pretty good, we must say. A lot of people doing very good. There's a lot of talented kids in here. Same thing for the girls. Very good bowlers. Very, very good bowlers. So we're going to have a new boy showing up on the under 16. Let me go back to that screen of the under 16 so I can find... because we have in here, if it wants to click, Manuel Lariz. He was bowling in the under 16, I remember, from the first squad. Strikeout, 245, 1305. That's going to put him on the top 3. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe I think he's on the under 16 and he's actually under 21, but because it's a lot of bowlers, as I said, I don't know it for sure. I'm trying to find him here. Okay, looks like I was wrong. He must be on the under 21 then. Actually, yes. Manuel was on the under 21, so I was on the wrong impression. But he shot 1305, and that's the score we said that could be the cut. We had 16 was 76, 15 was 77, 14 was 98, and 13 was 104. So 105, it's a very good number. We have Eskil with 107, but Eskil was already in. Elias Lind, 1434. That's going to go all the way in, of course. And Elias wasn't there. Eskil, yes, he was already there. Eric was also not in the cut, but he's going to make it now. He's going to be on 1370, more or less. Should be enough to make the final. Looking around, I don't see... Yeah, we have the tournament leader on 11-12 with some strikes and could strike out, but he's already in, so it's not information that you guys need. William Classborn, 136 over with the 10 frame to complete, so he could go all the way up to 1366. Rasmus Olsen, he could go all the way up to 1457. That's very good. Little bit short to the pocket for William. It looks like he missed a little bit inside. The ball did hit too much oil, so it never made it back into the pocket. But good game for him. 236 with a spare. 1356, which is also a good score for getting into the final. And now we will see his partner on the lane, Rasmus Olsson, also doing very good. There goes Rasmus on lane 15. Soft 10, but there was a good shot in the pocket. It's going to be enough for, with the spur, 230 something and 1400, 1420, 27 if he spares. 36, sorry. If he spares, it's going to be 1436. Yeah, he gets the spur. Now he's going to look for a strike. 1436. He's going to be very happy. Let me see if I can find Rasmus. Is he on the under 20? Yeah, he's over here. So under 21 category. He was already with 1402. He had already 1402, and now he's going to go for 1436. So this guy, we have to pay attention. When you make 2 squats of 1400, is that you can really bowl. Yeah, you're a good bowler, no doubt. Nice work for Rasmus, 1436. I think I could do it if I bowl 7 games.
It'll take me like
Maybe 8, depending on the day. The problem is the way my back is now, I don't think I can make 7 games. Maybe if I do it in a week, you know, 1 game today, 1 game tomorrow, 1 game the day after. What else? We have on the last corner on the right, 12:57 for Fabian Karlsson, 12:31 for Tobias Andersson, 13:18 for Millie Lindgren, 12:87 for Gustav Eriksson, 12:22 for Oscar Midden. Moving again, 14:36 as we said for Rasmus Olsson, 13:56 William Classborn. Potential 13:23 for Philip Strandgren. Finished scores 14:34 for Elias Lind, 13:05 for Manuel Lariz, 12:88 for Eric Bjorksson, 13:17 for David Bejerit, 13:07 for Eskil, 13:17 for Lucas. He's still the tournament leader. No one got to the 1460, just him. Everyone else in here, it's a little bit lower. Doesn't look like cut potential unless they're under 16. I was going to say under 60. Everyone is under 60. Under 16. Sexton. Okay. They end him on this one. 12:90 for Baltimore Mueller if he spares. And as we said, Philip Strandgren, if he strikes out, he has the chance to make 13:23. So there is actually, the fact is we don't know if they are 16 or 21. If they are 16, they're going to make it into the final easy. If they are 21, then they have to strike out because the cut is a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And there has been a few bowlers going in on this squad, so that's going to mean the numbers are going to increase a little bit on the cuts.
If you really want a chance in this tournament, I'd
So Baltimore took the spare. That's 12.90 for him. Stephanie, a little bit of a low game again. 155 for a score of 11.25. So she dropped down a little bit from the potential score she had. She had 10.92, so at least she went up for another 30 pins. Now, lane 14, Philip gets the strike. He needs a couple more and try to reach the 13.20s. And that should be enough to make the final, even if it's under 21. He actually needed that first one, because if he had the 9 spare, that would have been a 13.02. And since some guys made it into the final in this spot, the kata is moving up a little bit from what it was. So there he goes, and another one. Light strike, very good. That puts him on the 13.20s. Till reklikt, that's going to be enough. Okay, we're gonna look at this last frame for Philip, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. And I'll remind you, tomorrow we start 9 o'clock in the morning, Barcelona time, Helsingborg time. 1 hour less in Canarias, 1 hour less in United Kingdom. I'm guessing 1 hour more in Malta, Italy. 1 hour less in Portugal as well, that's true. 6 hours less in Miami, Orlando, New York, Boston. 9 hours less in Las Vegas, Los Angeles. And sometime in the evening if you are on an Asian country. But thank you everybody who's been with us. Thank you very much also for your companies and spending some time with us. Why is everyone leaving? You mean on the chat or on the lanes? The lanes, they are leaving because the squat is done for today, and we will be back tomorrow. De börjar klockan 9. And we're speaking English because we are actually, it's an international event. We are doing the stream for the whole world. And I don't think that many people would understand Swedish, and especially if I was the one talking Swedish. Then not even the Swedish people would understand anything. We would need the AI to do automatic translation. So, thanks everybody for watching. Stay tuned because the scores on the web page on the Swedish Youth Tour, they're going to be updated in about 5-10 minutes. And thank you everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you. All the best from Storm Lucky Larsens, PBA Youth, and from myself, Louis Montfort, and Strike Up. Nikki also she's sending best regards to everyone. Take care everybody. We see you tomorrow. Bye bye.